Okay, hello everyone. This is Teacher Ayan. So, andito naman tayo sa ating mathematics tutorial. So, today, we're going to discuss about the rational numbers as fractions, decimals, percentage, and ordering on a number line. So, this is grade 7 mathematics quarter 1, day 1 and 2 for week number 7. So, we have our learning objectives. First is describe given rational numbers as fractions, decimals, and percentages. Second, order rational numbers on a number line. So first is what are integers? So this is Teacher Ayan. So you can follow me on my Facebook account, Ayan Viloria, and to my YouTube account, Ayan Viloria. Okay, so whole number, when I say an integers, it is a whole numbers and their opposites. Example, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Of course, the opposite of 1 is negative 1. The opposite of negative 2 is 2, and so on. So this part, so I will introduce to you. So this is a number line. So this is uh, in decimal form. So we started with negative 2 and we end up with positive 2. So on the left side of the monitor, this is the negative side. Okay, itong dilaw. So from 0 to negative 2, so negative po lahat yan. And ang kabaliktaran naman ng negative is, alright, very good, positive. So from 0 to 2. So positive po lahat yan. So yung kulay pula. So, when we say 0, is that positive or negative? Okay, kung sa boxing pa, siya yung referee. Neutral. So, wala pong symbol si 0. So, hindi po siya negative, hindi po siya positive. So, 0 lang po talaga. Okay. So, we have an activity. So, conversion, okay, warm up. So, this is an activity for our students. They can answer this orally. Example, we have this one. 1/2. So in decimal, that is 0.5. In percent, that is 50%. Again, 1/4. In decimal, that is 0.25. And in percent, that is 25%. Okay, how about this one? I-ask natin sa mga student natin. 0.75. Ano kaya siya in percentage or in decimal? Okay, so in fraction, it's 0.75 in fraction, that is 3/4. Alam na natin yan because series of activities before we go here. So, na-encounter na natin yung fractions, decimals, and percentage. Again, so the percent is 75%. How about this one? 0.2 or 0.20. So, how do we convert this one in fraction form? Okay, in fraction form, this is 1/5. How about sa percent? Okay, very good. This is 20%. So, anong ginawa natin? Right? 0.20. That is over 100. So, 20 over 100, lowest term yan is 1/5. So, today, we're moving beyond just integers and simple fractions. Let's talk about the new topic or new type of number called rational numbers. So when I say rational number, it is any number that can be written as fraction. Again, ulitin natin. A rational number is any number that can be written as a fraction. Example. So we have P over Q. So where Q is not equal to 0. So yan lang po ang tatandaan natin. Ang denominator natin hindi dapat mag 0. Examples, we have this one. 2 is rational because it can be written as 2 over 1. So the reciprocal of 2, or we call this the rational number, or 2 is rational because it can be written as 2 over 1. Next, negative 3.5 is rational because it equals to 7 halves. Okay, 3.5 in fraction form, that is negative 7 halves. Another is 0.33 or 0.333. This is a repeating number, so it is also rational because it equals to 1/3. Right. Question: have you seen ever or gone shopping and seen something like 999.75 or 25% off? Or maybe you've measured something like 1 in 1 cup of rice or run on 75 kilometers. All of these are rational numbers, numbers that can be written as fractions or decimals. So ulitin natin. So all of these are rational numbers. Okay, numbers that can be written as fractions or decimals. So let us go back to the definition of fraction. When you say fraction, that is part of a whole. Okay. So example, 25% off, that is 25 over 100 or 1 fourth. So we have this one. So fractions, examples, we have 3 fourth, negative 7 halves, 2 fifth. For decimals naman, we have 0.5, negative 1.25, 0.2. For percentage, we have 20%, 150%, 66.67%. So, do you recognize this kinds of number? Yes. Have you seen them before in real life? Yes. For example, a fraction to decimal to percent. So, how do we convert? So, ulit-ulit na lang ito. So, at least we have already the idea. Okay. Kailangan, ang sekreto kasi sa mathematics, we need to practice, practice, practice. Balik-balik talaga natin yun sa mga bata natin. So, hindi isang bagsakan lang. So, we need to practice. Balik-balik, balik-balik. Hanggang sa ma-perfect. So, 3/4, that is equivalent to 0.75 and 75%. Another, example number 2, decimal to fraction. Again, to fraction to percent. So, that is 0.5. That is equivalent to 1 half and is equivalent to 50%. Example number 3, percent to fraction to decimal. So 150%, that is 150 over 100, or that is 3 halves. And decimal, this is 1.5. Next, convert a fraction to decimal in percent. Another, negative 3/5, that is negative 0.6 or negative 60%. For this time, let us allow our student to practice. So I give them 2 minutes or 3 minutes to convert the following. For A, we have convert 1/4 to decimal percent. For letter B, 0.2 to fraction and percent. Now, number 3, convert 80% to decimal and fraction. So allow them to practice. Okay, allow us to practice. Okay, another example. So we have given set negative 1.5, negative 0.5, 0.75, 1, and negative 1. So what is this? Right? So we have given numbers or the following. So we're going to look at this in decimal form. So if we have negative 1.5, so of course in decimal form, this is also negative 1.5. The same with zero point 0.5, negative 0.5, 0.75, 0.75. 1. So this is 1.00. Negative 1, this is also negative 1.00. Okay, next. Arrange from smallest to largest. So this is the ordered list. So this is the smallest to largest. The smallest one is negative 1.5 and the largest one is number 1. If you're going to locate this one in the number line, so this is our number line in decimal form. So this is negative 1.5, negative 1, negative 0.5, 0.75, and 1. Again, in order to locate the numbers, so you need to arrange this one from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. 3/4 or negative 3/4, that is 0.75. 1 half is zero point 0.5. Negative 1 is 1.00. And for 0, that is 0.00. Okay, so this time, let us allow our students to have a short exercises, get one worksheet of paper, and then convert the following, the three problems. Give them at least 3 minutes or 4 minutes to solve this problem. After that, then you ask again questions regarding your topic. Sample, when you go shopping and see a 30% off tag, that's a percentage, a rational number. So if something costs 500 pesos and it's 30% off, you need to calculate how much you save and what you pay. What's 30% of 500? That is 150 pesos. So that the new price is 350 pesos. Another, when you're following a recipe, you often see 1/2 cup of sugar or 0.25 liters of milk. Knowing how to convert between fractions and decimals helps you measure correctly, especially if you double or cut a recipe in half. Sample, what is 0.25 as a fraction? Of course, that's 1/4. Next, again, what is a rational number? So it is a number that can be written as a fraction. P over Q, where Q is not equal to 0, includes integers, decimals, and percentage that can be written as fractions. Next, how do we convert between fractions, decimals, and percentage? So fraction to decimal, divide numerator by denominator. For decimal, to percent, that is multiply it by 100. For example, 0.60 multiply it by 100, so that's already 60%. Percent to fraction, right over 100, then simplify. For example, 60% over 100. So that is okay. Next, how do you arrange rational numbers correctly on a number line? We convert all numbers to decimals. Then compare the smallest to largest. Plot accurately on the number line. Again, for this time, let us allow them to have a quiz. So the teacher will give problems Okay, for me, I give only three problems, and that after that, nag-check kami. For example, number one, convert 0.8 into fraction in percentage. Number two, express 9/4 as decimal and percentage. Number three, arrange in ascending order. 0.5, negative 0.5, 1 in 1/4, and negative 1 and 0. So that's all for today's activity. So I hope you enjoyed, may natutunan kayo. So again, this is Teacher Ayan. Thank you so much for listening. So this is my lesson plan. So ginashare ko lang sa inyo in order na meron din kayong matutunan. So sa muli, tulungan niyo po ako mag-grow ang aking channel sa YouTube at saka sa Facebook. So thank you so much and have a nice day to everyone.